How y'all doing? It's the Voice Head. This Truth 7. And today I'm going to talk about moles and Moleosophy and the meaning of markings of bodies on your body. And all this information is all under the sun, written down. You can study it yourself. All these are facts of the matter and how they transmute and materialize and to give meaning to them, which we have given meaning, being the guys we are, and what they mean, and how this knowledge can help you in your life change your future. So, because basically you create your reality, and I'll get more into that and how that deals with moles and markings on the body in general. Keep in mind, yes, esoteric study is astrologer, light worker. So, uh, I'm gonna do hands last in another part. But with the body wise, moles are scientifically they talk about abundance built on your skin in certain parts of the body. And the first thing you should know about the parts of the body is that they represent certain symbolisms and energies that control those and that marked by those. And those energies go into other aspects of life which control and exert what you're doing in your reality and how you're living your life, and they materialize on your body. And where they materialize gives a definition of where that points to a certain aspect in your life. Just as when I talk about the chakras, if you're not speaking up for yourself and your throat chakra is closed, you're going to have problems with your head and everything with your throat, and sicknesses come, and because your communication level's down. Plain and simple. It can even go into your arms and hands because these are signals. These are how you communicate. So the Gemini and everything, all those echoes travel into one minute energy and how it manifests and how we define it. Now, for instance, me, uh, this is something you need to ask yourself. Why don't people have moles where you have moles are? We're like, yeah, we're born different. We have different races and all that. And that even travels within it also. It's still your lineage of your family, which even goes into where you do have moles at, and including birthmarks. Birthmarks are just like moles. But the only thing about birthmark is a birthmark from a mole stays there forever that you're born with. And it goes and it never will change. And also, but the cool other thing, just like a birthmark and mole, a birthmark can also pop up. You don't have to be born with a birthmark. Birthmark can pop up later because of how you're always changing your future as well as your past. And that goes even to what I was saying with moles, because I'm pretty sure living, you have knows you have had mole in one spot for maybe a certain amount of months, days, or even years, and later on they disappear. And that's due to how you're living your life. So, for instance, an example I can give some answer. Okay, I have a mole. I can move my camera. I'm about to move the camera into my energy orb where my crystals are, so it's gonna might change. You see some frequency change. That'd be pretty cool. But I have a mole. I don't know if y'all can see it, but anywho, I have a mole on my left chest, and I've had this mole for a very long time, for the most part that I can say. Um, and with me having that mole there, that represents courage. And me myself, knowing myself, I'm Aries. I have a lot of Libra in me also, air and fire. So I'm a very correct. I'm very stand up for everybody, equality, liberation. I'm not I've had countless experiences in my life where I always stand up for myself and for others when I know something's being unfairly done. So through my life, I've had many unfair things done to me, which have even made me to be who I am. And through that, me exerting and having that feeling and that energy or resonates within my heart chakra, which is also Leo, which is also a fire energy. My Jupiter is in Leo, which even how I'm gonna spread and stand up and be stern and hold fast in my Venus and Taurus, which is also where my heart is, and where what Venus represents the how you love and how you care about things, the touch and everything. So in this area, especially on your left breastplate or over your heart, that's the correct. That's where people put pendants. That's where they put medals at over their heart, black hearts, purple hearts, for their accomplishments and for what they stand up for and for what they do. So I will forever have this mole on my chest as my natural badge of honor put on my body. And that's a little information in case of how moles work and understanding mole and molosophy. Um, when you have a common beauty marks, beauty moles, when you have mole on your left eye, and it's so cool. You can have some people have three triangle moles, formations of moles that make shapes. Ice Cube, him having the three, he has three moles under his left eye, which goes into account of him not losing his life at a certain early age, but many friends, and also luck in general, and having a kind heart and a loving heart. All of those can be very vague statements, but if you look at these people, those are characteristics you can't point out about them, and that's what it tells. Now, if I say you're more on your right side of your eye, and depending on your sex and whatnot, it can be a bad sign, which it goes into how you see the world and how you treat people, which can be very um, standoffish and very cringe, just not very social. Uh, Um, also, I mean, I guess that's some good examples just to put on with moles. And I guess I'll get more into hands because when it gets to the hands now, your hand, I'll have to do another video fully on hands because I don't want this video going forever. Try to keep it under 15 minutes. But within your hands, you have every section of your hand represents the aspect and a sign that the aspect matches up. And when you have moles in those certain spots, it can be over build up and exertion of the energy, which is positive, or it could be a low aspect or outcome from it. Um, for instance, just I'm gonna give a tip. If you have a mole under your little finger, which is represented by Mercury, and your Mercury mount is right here, and it has to do with communication of all sorts within business, within love, within also marriage, because you have to communicate with another to be in a relationship with them. So, all in all, to not go into full detail on it, if you have a mole there, basically your love life and your marriage life will suffer. And that's the fact of it, and that's the life of it, and that's what it is. And I'm pretty sure if you're looking at your hand, if you want to look at your hand, if you want to study it yourself, this is information. This is studied by all monks, shamans, esotericists. This is the knowledge of it, and this is what it is. This is how it shows through history, and this is how they get their names because of how the actions take place throughout life and the energy they exert. That's how a mold forms. It's a buildup of skin, and your skin is its own energy. So when you have a mountain buildup there, it causes a black mark, a black spot, a mole. And then this even goes to when you have white moles. Then we have white moles. Those are cool. White moles are basically their energy is transmuted. So basically, it's placed within your future when you reach that landmark. Like it's going to be very luck involved, very high luck involved with your white mole, no matter where it's placed. Um, oh man, so I guess for just baseline subject talking about moles and molosophy, that's what that goes into. I guess to say more of why this is truth and why moles have meaning when you are this goes to creation. As soon as the energy of your soul, your spirit, your energy through the breath taken from whether it's your father or your mother and everything, the whole exercise and into when that being is manifesting within the uterus or within the stomach of the female, and that energy, everything applied to even make that of a whole is building in, and when it's solidifiedly built, when the because the first thing that takes place is the air has to come, it has to be prana energy to even make it form. So once that energy is in there in your lungs, the lungs in there, the heart doesn't pump without the circulation of the air to even make it pump. So once those lungs are formed from that duality forming and those two cells break and the organs start building and those lungs are there and you're taking in breath and energy and you're those moles are gonna the organs and even the skin start building up. It goes into the predestined actions and energies of your soul being put in there and the accommodation of the energies that already accommodate your soul incarnating in the set body of the plane when your skin is developing within the uterus and coming whether it's coming from above another life from somewhere else coming in, that birthmark or that mark from a past life will pop up within there, whether it was something in the future or something in the past. It's going to manifest within the now on your body when you're being put into the world. And due to how you're living your life, you shift and change how you live because you have your force will. You have your natural set body that's going to have its natural personality and it's going to have its nurture given to it, whereas reality to mold it to what it needs to be or what it needs to be carried out. But still, your personal will, you do whatever the fuck you want to. You don't have to be. That's the thing why a lot of people don't even like astrology and like because they feel they shouldn't be governed by, even though they want to be governed by God, but not understand that this is God's system. Someday He's made many gods put together to make for you, for your upliftment, for your best part, for you to be happy and do what you need to do in your life. Many people don't to a system when you're already subject to a system in general. If you're going to work, people don't like the fact of being governed by stars in general. They don't like that something can say this is what's going to happen. They don't like that quality. But the fact is, yeah, you can change. You can transmute it due to your will and what you force. If you're a Virgo, you don't have to. You're natural. This is the thing. You're naturally gonna go through the Virgo way to get to how you don't even want to be put under a system where it can say, oh, well, I don't have to be like that. I'm not like that. It doesn't have to be that way. I can change it. Yeah, you can change it. You have free will, but in the end, when it gets back to the time you're handling something, it's going to be how you naturally would do it. So, all in all, that's what that goes into. It manifests on your skin. The abundance of that skin build pops up on that mole in a certain area, and it comes out to how that life will be because you can be born into a poverty of a family and you have certain moles on your body that pop up in certain places. Even in palmistry, it pops up that lets you know, hey, early in life you're going to be in poverty. It's not your fault. It's not due to you. I mean, you put yourself in that position and you do it to yourself. You're going to rise out of it on your own, or you're going to fall within, or you're going to do something to change it. It's all up to you. You control the reality and how you think and how you go about it. But there is a set plan for your being and what it can do because you're not gonna you're not gonna get a Taurus to sit here and make the next computer chip to benefit all of mankind and make things. A Taurus can make a computer chip that would. A Taurus will make a mouse with a computer chip in it that can vibrate your hand and warm it up and make it very calming and cool and very comfortable when you're using the computer. But Taurus is not going to do something to upgrade the computer system in general. They're going to make this something be more leisure. So you're not going to have them revolutionize the computer world. You're going to have a Gemini, a Aquarius, a Virgo, a Cancer, more computer people around that era of the sign and energy to do stuff like that. So you're gonna want a Virgo in a hospital home because naturally, if they're trying to get that, that's what's gonna happen. That's just to go and describe in the zodiac system personalities and how they go, but not getting too far off on it. I guess that's a good base touch on what moles represent and everything. And I think on my next video, I'm probably just going to do a baseline of palmistry, displaying what it is, and even it's touching on this how they form and what they mean. So all in that, thanks for listening. It's the Voyage 8 True 7. Have a good day.